So one way, where we go one way, and that's west. In an attempt to get as close to or near the far lands as we possibly can, hopefully reaching there. Anyway, things I always begin with. This is done on a phone. You hear me scratching and clawing away at the screen, tapping to make the guy jump or run. There's also the fact it's done on a phone, like I said, and sometimes my left hand tends to cover the speaker/microphone grill, and it may muffle the audio. And we found a desert temple. And it's hard to see, but it is there. You can see the jitter because I purposely chose an angle where I was reaching this at in a way that is this the smart side to be on? We're going to take this and we're going to put it here. Just temporarily light things. See what we get. Nice start. You start with a alright, some iron in my hair. Another golden apple in case we get in big trouble. Ooh. And okay, I'm hitting the wrong button here. That was in a bad spot where I could hit the stop button. Anyway. Yep, I'm hitting X. And then finally one more. Oh, maybe this is still faster. And how about jumping? If I hit the right button, that might help. Anyway. Ugh. Pillager outpost. Not what we want to deal with. Plus we're a little out of position here. It's also time to plop down a bed. While we're at it, let's do that. Smack. Anyway, let's get the bed in hand. Let's eat. We kind of So it is laundromat day, however, it is also raining, so my 2 breaks and my lunch are rained out for the day, and I think right around now is a good time to sleep, especially since we can now see where we're going to go. So my 2 15-minute breaks are rained out, and the lunch period will be rained out. Because there's a tropical storm in the area. But we're far enough away, all it is going to be is just one annoying rainstorm. We're nowhere near the wind walls. Might get a hair breezy at most, but that's about it. I like this flat stuff. It makes things go faster. We definitely are not going to get into the marathon session that we had last week. We had heat waves, then rainy days, and even though it had no effect on the length of the video, we also had a power failure. That almost worked perfectly. Okay, I hate to be bouncing around the edges like that, because that's taking away valuable energy. Next time we see a village, we can... Actually, we're still pretty good with that rather. Of course, practically every time I manually jump, it fails. That went pretty well. Let's do a collapse. Oh, that was anticlimactic. I'm trying to say, but can't. Of course, I can get somewhere way faster if I jump up and down like a total moron, but the food doesn't last anywhere remotely close to as long. Let's try another collapse, because we can. Let's try another collapse, because we can. And anticlimactic, but whatever. Village. Get another structure out of the way, and probably can see it jittering back and forth. And it's an abandoned village, so kind of pointless. These usually don't have a good place for anything. Good enough. And these generally don't have anything of value. They're generally not worth the effort. And if they were a smithy, those are the ones that matter. Then that would be good. Was there a pole? No, I just seen things. I don't really like doing a lot of lateral moving, but since I figured out how to purge the world, and maybe I got lucky and didn't lose anything. Look how I ran and nothing happened. Come to you in here, well, bend enough. Yes, it is, but it's way up there. And I'm exactly trying to find the towers. And we're getting to the point that we're slideshowing. Love it when that happens. 54. Keep forgetting which ones might help a little bit. Yeah, this isn't really worth the effort. Okay, we can move. And we're going to start that now. Yeah, the village wasn't worth the effort. Too much work. Thought I got lucky and maybe a desert temple also appeared. Yeah, I think doing it the way I did is probably better, even though I kind of wasn't very expedient at it, but I think overall it went faster. Long way to get to a crevice that we can manipulate ourselves through. Of course, the quote-unquote coffee breaks, runs a hair long. I mean, don't attempt to really do that, but if it runs a hair long, whatever. Lunch ones, though, those are timed. And, yeah, that's good at another time. Oh, I love some easier terrain so I can move. Not have to deal with mountains. That's how slow happens. I like fast. Fast is better. Found another village. Maybe we can start there. At least I can just... Oh, this village is on the map. Funny how are we at a point that we get? I was going to say, are we at a point that sleeping is a requirement? Alright, how about that one? And how about placing? And how about moving? How about moving? How about moving some more? How about moving? How about moving? How about moving? I seem to be repeating myself a lot. How about moving? Sleep. Yeah, we're getting close to the end of break here. Alright, this village is problematic. And we get a pillager patrol, even better. Let's just get a slightly better spot. Actually, this was a much better spot. Anyway, we'll just stop it right here. We're safe, more or less, I believe. Next break. We're back. And by the way, I forgot to mention in the first part, per usual, I'm in the quote-unquote recording studio. And right next to the Grit Blast studio is a Grit Blast room, which is that loud hissing sound that you hear. It's an operation where they sandblast stuff. Due to proprietary reasons, I can't tell you what it is or what they're doing. Especially since I'm on the other side of the wall, I can't see it anyway. But that's what that loud hiss is, and that trickle sound is that proof that it's raining outside, because that's the stormwater drain collection. It runs through this room. Random whacking of things. Oh, ruined portal. I just happened to walk right at one. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, it's buried. And I don't have that kind of time. Needs to be exposed. It's buried. I'm not spending time on that. And I thought I saw a village, but it was one of those ultra mega rare, you know, one of those desert wells, which almost never appear. Yeah, everybody has staggered break and lunch time, so that's why you sometimes hear that loud hiss, because I might be on break, but the people doing Grit Blast obviously are not. At some point, the company is going to force people to work together again. Okay, that's not a big jump. If I fell, it wouldn't have been a bad thing. It would have stung, but that's about it. Anyway, I can go back to taking a small meeting room again and using it as a studio. So you don't have to hear that, or this echo. But they got to move all the engineers that were given meeting rooms as their offices. They need to be put back in their regular offices. So until then, we got to deal with that noise and the echo. Although the last time I was in the vestibule because no power and there was no light here in the quote-unquote studio. On the plus side, if anybody's talking shop behind the door, you won't hear it, or it'll be muffled. I'm standing 180. Oh, mining fatigue. Okay. How long does that last? I've honestly never seen that happen before in this series. In fact, yeah, it's happened to me before playing the game, but I've never seen it happen in this particular series. We've gone by these things a few times, and well, maybe it might have happened before, I just don't remember. Now I got the volume set really low where I can almost not hear anything, because if I have it up where I can hear it, it would be very deafening for you guys watching this. It's bad enough when my finger covers the speaker grill slash microphone, because then everything's muffled and the gain sounds are just that much louder. I also noticed that when this phone really starts getting warm, I thought it was the editing process, but it's the phone that the video lags quite a bit behind the audio. Like I said, that I thought that might have been the editing process, but it's just the phone getting hot. It's asking too much of it to keep up with it. Like I said, new phone sometime in the future. Not sure when. Geez, we practically, in like a little more than half the time, covered the same distance as the previous little segment. Hopefully these are islands. We can just sail on by. That keeps the progress going forward, and it also helps. It does. It also helps that there's somewhere to go if the sun starts to appear. Like it is right to the left of the comment button on the top of the screen. Well, obviously top of the screen. Oh, that just suddenly formed. That's okay. It's relatively flat. Flat is good. Flat good, mountain bad. Okay, I don't want to do that. I don't know if that was a pit or just a small hole. Yeah, so I noticed as this foam heats up, the video captured will lag behind the audio, and that is how the actual video clip is saved. Alright, so can I get any further? No. And I lost a bed. Or, actually, I don't think I have one in my hand yet. Actually, I'm positive I had one. I just probably ditched it by mistake. Anyway, sun's touching the horizon, so sleep. And we could go almost a half day. Let's just look at the pretty. Till the bubbles get pretty low like they are now. things go faster. That makes heading towards 512K for the next iteration of math errors go faster. Every time I try to time the jumps so that I can, so it can get a little bit of boost over these. It jumps, the auto jump goes right up to the edge, but if I can do it just before, you can gain a little bit more momentum. See how it kind of slows down? Because it waits till we're there. And we're starting the slideshow now, so I'm looking forward to that. Pretty here, but still, it helps with the rendering if I just stay under. It doesn't go as slow to this point. Thought I'd have to cut it a little early because I thought we'd be hitting ocean, and I don't think saving in a boat works very well, if I recall. I'm not willing to see what happens. I've got an experimental world on my main computer. I could probably try that. I was going to say, is there any point of this desert that's together so I don't have to be jumping? I don't have to swim. And there was for a moment. Then it disappears. For a minute I thought I saw something, but I didn't. A little too far that way. I mean, not horribly far off the 0 point that I was looking for. In fact, we've made almost 50% more progress in this roughly 15-minute segment than we did in the previous. Yeah, it looks like it comes to an end. It barely keeps on going, but it is on going. And I'll go to the last landmass you can barely see right there. Thank you, Mr. Dolphin. Yeah, so I'm going to pause on this island that the dolphin expediently brought me to. I'll even plop down a boat and come the lunch break segment, we'll take care of this. Boy, it is raining now. You can definitely hear it. It's what that noise, it almost sounds like a hiss. It's raining very hard. It might be that the laundromat that I normally go to may be flooded out. That area's been known to do that. Typically, when something gets stuck in the storm drain, then a good swath of the neighborhood gets flooded. Fortunately, the houses themselves sit high enough that at worst the basements might flood a little bit. Still, I would imagine not good. No one would want that. So this is the lunch part, which is the part before the laundromat phase. And if I have to go to an alternate laundromat and might have to record this in the car, which you really might hear the rain then too, especially in the car. And I'm looking at all these odd hills, trying to determine if those are hills or buildings, which to you may not really look all that much like buildings, but remember, I'm playing this on a tiny phone, so it's kind of invisible. Might be landlocked. No, I'm not. But we're going to have to stop at some point. Yeah, we're landlocked on that side on the right. We don't have much of a choice at this point. The waves steer and the Alright, good enough. Come on. Okay, not going too far off track on this side. Okay, unnecessary jump there. Alright, it's getting dark. Yeah, that tree may be far enough away you can't see the precision errors. Should I put the boat in? Yeah, why not? Yeah, we're landlocked. Yeah, this might be far enough that it might have been worth putting it into the water. between the wickets. Pretty hard to do on this thing. Of course, it's always just one away. And we can run. Here's a village. Maybe we can see the better. I go ever so slightly. Yeah, it's not showing up very well, but it's there. And we can eat the food. Uh-oh, we're getting into it's difficult to turn phase. Smithy. Those are important. We could get diamond tools or diamonds from them. Or get garbage. One or the other. We don't want to be anywhere near it. Well, we can replace that. That's good. That's okay. Could have used some diamonds. That would definitely have been nice. I don't even think you could help me. You might have been a help. Actually, let's check that again. Okay, that's a workstation. That's a church, which is useless. Okay, that's not really useful either. Couple more threads. Another emerald, which I wasn't really going to talk to you, but you know, let's take a look. You got nothing. And I'm having difficulty turning. Did I hit you? Like I said, I got the volume on this really low, so I can't hear what's going on. I'm not being chased, so. Alright, I need to be more this way. I know the path of lesser resistance is up to the left, but the 0 is a bit off. Is that a village? Is there a point that I can see what I'm looking at? Tiny ravine that we jumped. Tiny ravine that we pushed jump and nothing happened. Is that the same village? or entirely different. I think the answer is B. You can turn. We're getting to that point in the game now. That means if it's struggling to turn, as I've discovered by playing with the MPEG-4 files that this thing makes, the synchronization goes to hell. And like I said, I thought it was just the way that the final giant MPEG-4 file is made. It actually is, because this thing gets so overworked it can't keep up. I do need to get another phone, and I keep saying it. I always get the jump timings wrong, because if I get it right, it's just that tiny extra boost. Gotta keep an eye on the clock. Yeah, so there's not going to be a 40,000 block jump this time, obviously, because just one day got rained out and there's a village that I barely saw. We can sleep the night here and try not to take a bed while we're at it. Turn. Oh, we already have enough. Well, if I needed bread, that's one thing I definitely like to grab. And someone went in there. Just waiting for the sun to set. Alright, we'll go with this one. But we can open this and grab two and there, you can see the imprecision there. Off we go. I believe we will be able, just before lunch ends, get the next day. I wish that one portal wasn't buried in the sand. We don't have time for buried stuff. Just give it to us. If it's underwater, it's another thing, because it's pretty much swimming. Anyway. Mountains, exactly what we don't want to see. is at least we get somewhere to beach if it gets late. Very difficult. No, it's too far the other way. It's still too far the other way. Now it's going way too much that way. But livable at this point. That's a little better. Desert Temple. Definitely could use that. Maybe there might be diamonds in there. It happens. This way. We can go this way. And it's easier just to go here. And how about one more? For what we're doing, not good. Yeah, we can grab. Oh, can't. How about take this and place it there? Nice stuff, but not what we're looking for. Or grab this. one coming? Okay. Now we can run. God, we're more than 10,000 blocks in, which is pretty good. Which means we should have a 20k run here. Not as long as, like I said, not as long as the 40k run before, but that was ridiculously long. Of course, it would help if we had a diamond pickaxe and some ruined portals that gave us obsidian. If the other case of not having said diamond pickaxe is a thing. Because we could make far more progress if things could just move. I wonder if generating the chunks is why turning is such a complicated task. Alright, we can move. There's nothing really here. I don't think there's beds in here. Oh, there is. Oh, this will be the thing, is reach. Too bad I don't need any of that. I'll take a bed. That can be replaced. Alright, we can move. We can move. Are we at, we got to be at the point soon. There it is. Alright, so I'm just going to position myself. Just see if there's anything of interest, which there isn't. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this far. Plop in a boat, or the boat, and a little food as well. Alright, come the laundromat phase, boat, distance. It is the laundromat phase. Kind of hear the washer in the background now. It was kind of silent. Not so kind of silent now. Anyway, this is where we generally get the really poor performance, especially with the video capture on the last bit where the audio is gonna run away. Flat is good. The villages help too, but we're okay for the moment. We are definitely landlocked. Land just formed on the far end there. Here's our boat. And there's us hopefully hitting almost 3 3/4. Another 10K. It is raining pretty heavily. And there's pieces of aluminum siding or vinyl, whatever they put on, that pretty much translate the noise without fail. Alright, can we get around this? Seems the more I go, the bigger that's getting. Oh, of course that's what happened. Yep, we can go now. On the plus side, we're up here now. On the downside, there's a down there coming. And we switched to Brit, and we're just hopping on ledges we're not asking for you to hop on. This is just wonderful. So usually you can go, there's something on my screen here, there it is, and then it comes back on. Anyway, I could have voted. Watch, as soon as I put it in the water, I will get landlocked again, just as soon as I do that. Also, it wouldn't be all that great is if you had to turn around because when it's about to set, the sun's in its later phases. Starting to do what it always does. Fail miserably. Okay, now we can move the boat. Not what I want. Can we turn? Turn. Ooh, turning. There's the boat. There's a mushroom island, but not heading there. Perfect timing for rain, so we can't tell when the sun's hitting the horizon, so we can just sleep the night off. Good enough. By pressing a button. All the beds together. Yep, board the boat. Not do whatever the heck you want. All right, we're lined up so we can see better. And see how many microseconds this will last. That is really half a decent performance. To an extent. Well, we might want to do that. Bad things might happen, although, yeah, especially with the slide showing that this thing is going to do now, because I'm asking it to work. Speaking of, it did fine there, it doesn't want to do anything here. Well, apparently boating has become a little too much for this thing at this point, so we'll keep it on land. Still running. I'm amazed. Always get the timing wrong. I guess the rain has calmed down enough at this point that people come to the laundromat. That's why get some frame rate while we're down here. Some land on the very far left if we can get anywhere. Oh, it's turning into sizable land. We may be making a pit stop in that general direction. Nope, we're going to go straight as we chug across the land. Turn. We're looking for turn. Place a bed and replace said bed. How about with bed? We want to replace the bed with a bed. So we're ready. Alright, we're touching. Now we're sleeping. Gives this thing yet another microsecond to load in and work for a second. Oh, suddenly this tropical storm is lifting up quite a bit, unless it's just we're in between bands. Turn, that's a process. I think we're finally getting landlocked with icebergs. It fills in, but still it's relatively flat. All right. Yeah. Wow, no control over this. Oh, we're turning. Ooh, turning. Whoa. Process. It's so funny how these icebergs almost always form next to warm terrain. It's just funny how that works. Nice job. that I can tell. Can move. I like movement. Wrong. And we can double tap. That's how we almost lost this whole series. Slept the night. I was safe. Then a creeper came and blew up the bed before the graphics loaded in. And there's that ultra rare desert well. Yep, something happened. There we go. We're moving. I like it when we move. Oh, stop. Now go. Now we're getting, the washer's almost done, the day cycle is almost done. Let's move the player, which during the final legs of these videos it does not seem to like doing. As you can tell by the hideously lagging video, that you hear what happens before you see what happens. And turn. Ooh, concept, turning. Alright, we almost have no choice, and we will stop approximately here. Pressing a button. So we're at the point yet again, we're waiting for that, and Washer is literally just about finished. It has come to a complete dead stop. So now I'm just going to eat some food and see you on the flip side. Yeah, see you on the flip. Alright, now we'll probably be able to sleep it off. There we go. Alrighty, the dryer is running. The player wasn't. Now the part I hate. And I slept far away from this, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, I don't like that we're down here. What we can also do is move. Oh, we actually jumped when I pushed the jump button. Who knew that was a thing? That was surely a normal thing. I had to say something. I pushed the jump button and he jumps. Yeah, I had to say that. Oh, that's weird. That was a weird formation. Regular forests are kind of a hit and miss. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. Oh, I actually got to swim to work. And we did not do that. Whoa. Yeah, that's bad. That's even worse. We can run. I'm pressing run the flare button, and, you know, maybe that wasn't good. What I'd like to be able to do is move. Not stay here, not get stuck on things, move. I'd like to see an end to the mountain. Where I can climb up and climb down. This is an example of climbing down, not free fall to the death. And we're on a tree. We'll hit there. Not so much of a hit there. Supposedly bigger now that we're far enough away for them to distort. Must be such a small difference, you can't really notice it. Some boating fun. Yeah, you can't see the bottom of the boat, but that's okay. It's relatively straight on appearance. No wilderness fizz. That's exactly neat. See the boat now. Alright, this will be a bed that's just, we need to be in bed and we need to sleep. Facing the wrong way, because we need it to move. How about not duck? We don't need to be ducking. We can move. Up in the hill. Gee, I wonder where. Oh yeah, of course, that's where it had to go. We can move the player. Start moving the player now. I like that better. Instead of sputtering, let's try moving. Thought that was low enough. Apparently not. And of course, screwed up that jump. Missed the hole there. It always has to be a challenge. Just can't be, let me get somewhere. And I'd rather take that than fall into that ravine. How about this one? made it 20,000 today, and whatever more we can get in about 25 to 30 minutes will be a bonus. Let's move the player. Let's move the player. Let's move the player. That's 3 times I told you that we need to move, and you didn't do it. That's a farm. Isn't he trying to move? And trying to move. Nothing I care about. And 1 would be too many more. I forget, what are you? Fisherman? Oh yeah. Bucket of fish, yeah, like I really care. Pretty close to pretty much close to the next day, so might as well just wait out the sun and then head on back out. Seems no one's occupying this bed, so here we go. Nothing really here, so let's keep going. That little pause gave us a chance to give it about another minute of useful play before it starts to ass crawl again. going down here is that, again, don't have to render all that in. It helps clear up the frame rate and move this thing literally faster. And how about down? Are we moving? Okay. Double tap 4 times. Array is raining again. About 20 usable minutes left. Double taps. Alright, let's just go this way. That's a concept. No, I did not ask for that. I asked for food. Eat the food. Try eating better, because that's what I was doing. Really? This is what I wound up in. Of course it does that because it likes doing that. Is there a moment where frame rate happens? Jump. All this for no reason. Okay, we can move past the ravine. To do is go forward. That's something I want to do. And you were actually, so yeah. Ooh, flatness. Kind of. In a village. These typically, if we can run, yep, we can climb. I like climbing. That means that the player is moving. See what's here. No. And move. Like the move. Oh, that was smart. Okay, we're asking for too much. I got this down because you'll go deaf if I had it running at full volume. I don't know what's going on. Alright. If we can turn, then we can probably move again. for the render distance, it won't make any difference. I have had this game down to as low as it can go, and it would still putt-putt. And I don't know if we're moving. Oh, we were there. Right between. I actually lined that up pretty well. That's the moment of the... no, don't want to be here. Don't want to be here. That ruins progress. It's one of the better looking biomes, but nothing looks good when it doesn't move. Turn. There we go. Pop it in the first gear. That helps. Oh, suddenly, absolutely zero control. Let's move the player. Oh no. Oh, I see an opening. Let's get there. Well, made it to 375 kilometers, which is good. 372 was the goal. But what also would be nice is when the powers that be will cooperate. Alright, so the dryer's got 9 minutes on it, so we got less than that to do. Okay, is there any point where the terrain can cooperate that we can move the player the more we can move the player, the faster the end result can get. Well, better than the alternative that we could have walked right into. Double tapping, double tapping, double tapping. Okay, let's try that again, because we couldn't have moved anyway. Double tapping. Oh, we were running. It was moving so slow I couldn't tell. Like right now, what are we doing? Running? Sauntering? Player likes moving. Amazing how swimming just suddenly makes this work a lot better, for the most part. Alright, we need to place a bed. Let's get to the top of this little hill. Let's get to the top of this little hill. Not asking for miracles. Okay, good enough. Turn. And press the button. Press the button. This can go here. And sleep. Yeah, short enough. We'll do it half day here. So now the thing will run halfway decent for about a minute. And at that point we can probably just call it. Yeah, it's already gone downhill. Moving. That's not good. I like it when the player moves. Just I actually landed in water. Turn. And we can run the player when double tap happens. Really? Okay, we can turn, we can run. Double tap means run. And I think we'll just stop at the top of this hill. Or somewhat close to it. And turn. Yeah, let's just stop. Okay, let's move the player. I like moving the player, but of course you're not going to do it, because that's too much to ask. Anyway, we'll face like, yeah, we'll just, yeah, right about here, that'll do. 376, 120. There we go. That'll be a good place to stop. We'll have a full stomach when we do this again. And that'll be this week's edition of One Way. Georgia551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.